I'm Amari. I studied abroad in Alicante, Spain for this past spring semester. And these are just my favorites. Oh God. Okay. This is the second day I got there. So I got there at like 7 o'clock at night, and this is the next morning. I'm running on like 3 hours of sleep, and this is like the first view that I get from the Castillo de Santa Barbara, which is like this giant castle that sits in the middle of Alicante. You get really pretty views of like the coast. And then the other city, San Juan. Oh God. Okay, this is the second night out. This is everyone in my program. For the most part, I think we may be missing one person. This was really special just because it was the first time we all got to like be together. Sarah, who's the girl in the wheelchair, this was really like a big moment for her just because the club was like, there were stairs, so we had to carry her down. It was kind of just like a good moment for all of us to bond together. This is one of my favorite pictures from study abroad. This is actually my background photo on my phone. This one was like 2 weeks in. There's this like giant stretch of land that connects one Alicante to San Juan. And there's this like really cool like mountain, like little hill that we sat on and all took pictures there. And this was my favorite one, looking again at the coast. This is from Madrid, so I did a class where we got to go see all the major museums, a lot of the major museums in Spain. This is in front of the Royal Palace in Madrid, like I said, and that's one of my friends who study abroad. I just loved this picture, so caught up. Oh, wow. Okay, this is really funny. I know it looks really bad, but this is my best friend who also studied abroad. She was in Florence, Italy, and she came and visited me for like Carnival, which was like Alicante's biggest festival. We dressed up like Indian chiefs, and she got on my shoulders, and I thought it was hilarious. So it was just a really good weekend because we hadn't seen each other in a really long time, and it was just good to hang out that weekend. This is the photo I submitted for the Study Abroad contest. This is my favorite photo from Study Abroad. I actually got to see Barcelona play. They lost. It was disappointing. They lost like on like a goal that was scored in like the first 7 minutes, and we're like way up high in the nosebleeds, and it's just a really cool experience. Barcelona was like my favorite city that I visited, so I just really love that picture. This is in Valencia. This is the Plaza de Toros, so where they do all the bullfighting. This was before the event. It was one of those like weird things that I never want to do again, but I'm glad I did, just because it's like so ingrained in Spanish culture. But it was just a weird experience. But yeah, it was really cool to go and see like a staple in their culture. This is when I visited Paris for spring break. I had always like heard about Paris, like I read about it, Eiffel Tower, like seen it ever since I was a little kid, and it was really cool to finally be able to go and just like stand behind it, stand in front of it, like touch it. It was just like one of those monumental things that I think I'll remember for the rest of my life. Was just like, because I flew in for like 2 days. But this is Venice. This was the #1 city I wanted to go to when I studied abroad. Literally, the fact that it's sinking like blows my mind. The fact that it may not be there in 50 years like kills me. So I just took a really cool picture in front of, like we just were exploring the city, and this is in the middle of the day, and I just thought this was a good picture. This is like my mom's favorite picture for my study abroad. This is the funniest picture I probably have in here. Obviously, this is the Leaning Tower of Pisa. This was the middle of my spring break, and we kind of just were being goofy and having a good time. And I was like, I want an iconic picture. I don't want the like holding it up picture. I want something else. And I just want to hug it. Can you make that happen? So this is me hugging the Leaning Tower of Pisa. This is probably one of the coolest things I think I did the entire time I was abroad. I don't know if you can tell, but Pope Francis is like right up there. So I actually got to see the Pope speak. It was one of those casual, like we found out at 11 that he was speaking, and then at 12, and then we somehow made it all the way across Rome. To go and see him speak, and there was just a masses of people. I had no idea what he was saying, but it was really cool. This is my mom. This is my host mom. I brought my mom 5,000 miles across the country to have her fried chicken for me. Sorry. So this is my actual mom teaching my host mom how to fry chicken. Best chicken I had in months. It was like, this is like April of the trip, like so great. This is when I went to London with my mom. So she came and visited me for a week, and then like 2 days in, we flew out to London together. She just wanted to go somewhere where they spoke English, and I was like, well, lucky for me, because all my friends said London was really expensive, and I had no money, so I was like, Mom, let's go. And I took a really silly picture in front of Big Ben in Westminster. Again, this is when my mom visited. That's Castillo, the castle that I climbed in the background. I don't know, it was just really, I love that my mom came. I think it was really cool, like something to share with her. She's the whole reason I'm like into international studies and studying abroad anyway. She's always wanted me to like go outside my comfort zone. So it was really cool for her to just actually like be a part of my study abroad experience. This is a really special picture. So this is right after everyone got back from their spring break. So we kind of all got together, and we're all like teary-eyed a little bit and realizing that we only have like a month left. Like Castillo's in the back again. It's kind of dark now, but this is again like the majority of people from my program. I still talk to these people like every single day. Like we have a group meeting, we literally just, I can't get enough of each other. Okay, sorry I'm in a Speedo, but love this picture. This is the Isla Tabarca. We went cliff jumping one day, and it was probably one of the craziest things I ever did. But it was really, really, really fun. I would do it again. Yeah, that's a lot of me. Sorry. This is a really goofy picture I took towards the end. This was like when I had like a week left, and I was like, I want to take that like classic like Spain behind your back picture. So I did, and like filtered it so like the waves look really intense or whatever. But I don't know, it kind of just summed up my whole experience because I spent like many a day on this beach. Like me and this beach were on like a first name basis. Like loved it. This was like the last weekend that I was there. We went to Los Fuentes de Algar, which is really, really beautiful waterfalls up in the hills of, up in like a little bit northerner from Alicante. And they were just absolutely gorgeous. Like we rented scooters, which I fell off of, but we rented scooters and went up there, and it was just really pretty, really pretty. This is the picture I took my last day, well, the day before my last day. It's a panoramic picture of like Playa de Postiguet, which is this beach here that I spent a lot of time on, and then the Castillo de Santa Barbara. It was just one of my favorite pictures just because it like kind of just brings it all together for me. And now I'm sad. No, it was just a really pretty picture that I loved. And finally, I don't know finally, but this is me and my host mom. This is my last dinner with her. This woman is an excellent cook. She fed me well. And she really just wanted me to like have the best experience that I possibly could. So it was just really nice to have like that last picture with her. She's adorable.